that a woman who gets angry is immediately called a bitch. Why, when people are speaking of angry women, are these two terms synonymous? I think we're incredibly uncomfortable with women's anger. Are we afraid that if women get angry enough, they might revolt? Indeed, our collective anger may cause a stir, to say the least. But instead, we women learn to control ourselves, not speak out of turn, keep our voices and our heads low, and ask for qualifiers for our speech. But my question is, why aren't we angry, all of us? And why aren't we speaking up and acting out? I believe that the stereotypes about feminism exist because of fear. Fear of women collectively speaking out and standing up to the gross inequities and atrocities we face daily and globally. Years ago, Robin Morgan said that sisterhood is global, and it's timely to remember this and that collective sisterhood is even more powerful. What would the world look like if we said, no more? No more to violence, no more to inequity, no more to lack of representation. What if women stood together, joined forces, and understood the common threat of oppression we collectively face? What if we realized our power? What if? We live in a culture where women are not safe in their homes, workplaces, or schools, or on the street. Women are stalked, intimidated, humiliated, violated in their everyday lives and also in their make-believe lives of entertainment, on television, in movies, and in video games. Only 15% of the members of Congress are women. Women hold only 14.7% of all Fortune 500 board seats and hold decision-making leadership positions equivalent to CEOs in only 3 of our national unions. Women still experience pay inequity based on both gender and on race. Women have to fundraise with benefits, walks, runs, and the like to raise money for health, research, and services because our issues are disproportionately ignored by the National Institutes of Health and other research arms. Women pay 68% more than men in out-of-pocket medical costs. 1 in 5 women of reproductive age is uninsured. And although abortion has been legal for more than 30 years, women still travel extended distances, suffer shame and blame, walk through dangerous picket lines, and put themselves at risk. Not because of the abortion itself, which is 10 times safer than childbirth and even safer than a tonsillectomy, but because of anti-choice extremists who believe that picketing, violence, and firebombing are pro-life acts. And yes, this makes me angry. If this were all not enough, in the year 2007, we still have no constitutional amendment securing rights on the basis of sex, or sexual orientation for that matter. To the contrary, efforts to pass an ERA or Equal Rights Amendment are minimal, and we have a U.S. president who is actively trying to amend the Constitution to protect heterosexual marriage, as opposed to securing equality for all. I don't know what's more disturbing, these facts, or the fact that the majority of people today believe that the ERA is passé, or that there's any kind of threat to heterosexual marriage that needs defending against, not to mention the absurdity of a government or a population that believes that a country can legislate who people love. With violence in our lives, pay inequity, and a lack of equal representation at work, challenges in balancing family demands without adequate support or accommodation, inadequate access to and research on women's health issues, politics that define our rights without being fully represented in the decision-making process, women continue to fight for their equality. We have made many gains, but we are not there yet. Perhaps more disturbing than all these realities is that so many people today believe that women are equal, that it's all good, no worries. Well, there are worries, and perhaps the first and most significant worry is that people, particularly women, continue to believe that equality exists even in the face of so much evidence to the contrary. So why am I part of the feminist movement? Because my anger is legitimate, and because I believe that passivity is exactly what the radical right wants from us so that it can continue to violate our rights and limit our resources. I also believe that anger is useful when we channel that energy into creating positive social change and improving lives. I believe that women are fierce. We are leaders, role models, and visionaries. I believe that we deserve more, we deserve better. I am part of the feminist movement because I want girls to learn our history, to know our strength, to appreciate the gains made, and to pick up the fight. I'm part of this movement because women have no secure future without feminism. I benefited from the work of feminists before me, and I will continue that work until all women, everywhere, enjoy a life of true social, political, and economic equality. And I'm part of this movement because when the next generation of children ask me what I did to help, I want to be able to tell them that I did do something, that I thought of them in my actions and fought for their safety, their health, and their right to equal opportunity. So what about these myths and labels? I believe that it's more important to counter the attacks on feminism with the truth of our lives. The biggest truth is that feminism, in its true definition, is supported by a majority of women and men and all people. I ask women to tell their stories. Talk to your mothers and grandmothers. Learn our history. Tell your story. One of the greatest gains of the feminist movement was that it recognized the legitimacy of women's voices. Use yours. Stand up, speak out, and speak often.